Hey there, welcome to the Hot Slice. This is the pizza podcast by Pizza Today magazine. I am your host, Denise Greer, executive editor here at Pizza Today. With me is editor-in-chief Jeremy White. Hello.
Hey, Denise. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. The sun is shining, so I'm a happy girl.
Yeah, happy. Me too.
All right. So we have so much going on in the pizza business right now. We're all gearing up for Pizza Expo. There's like so much excitement around getting ready for Pizza Expo. We're kind of in the trenches with that. But there's some really exciting things happening in the next couple of weeks that we need to make sure operators are ready for. So what's one of those things right now?
Well, Super Bowl Sunday is February 12th, and we all know what a big day that is for the industry. It is certainly a pizza and wings type of day. No one's really going out to eat that day. They're either prepping a huge spread for a party or they're ordering out, and it's typically pizza and wings. So, historically, we have seen the average pizzeria is going to see about a 30 to 35% increase in sales on that day as compared to a typical Sunday. So you definitely need to have your staffing, your inventory ready for that. And February 12th is going to be here before you know it. So if you haven't gotten to work on that, you're almost too late. You really need to get cracking like ASAP.
If you haven't already ordered your wings, oh, I'm sorry. Oh man, it's going to be tough. You may have to slip a little extra in there to make sure that those wings are happening. So make sure on the supply side, you are ready to go because people are going to want those pies. Another big day is, we actually have two more big days. February is just full of pizza fun. So we also have, let's see here, National Pizza Day on February 9th.
February 9th.
Make sure that you do something special marketing wise, maybe, focus on one pie and really promote that and make sure you're ready to go with that pie. There's a lot of strategies you can go with it. There's also Valentine's Day, February 14th. And we want you to make sure if you're doing heart-shaped pizzas that you've got your staff trained to be able to do that. Now, there is a really nice, remember we had one of those, the heart-shaped pizza cutter?
Yeah, the cutter was great.
I don't know. I may have brought that home with me. So if you're doing heart-shaped pies, just get on it. If you want to be creative on February 14th, you could take reservations for couples to do, pizza, romantic pizza nights out, whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you're remembering those days.
It absolutely, to this day, cracks me up that White Castle takes reservations for Valentine's Day in many locations across the country.
It works. Look, we're talking about it right now. That's
right. It's brilliant marketing. It's absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely. All right. So let's just move on, get right into our guest.
We have a great guest today.
Yeah. Why don't you want to intro him?
Yeah. Joey Karvelas from Karvelas Pizza. Joey is, we've known Joey for a few years now.
He was a rising star.
A little bit before the pandemic. We got in touch with him. We started following what he was doing down south. His stores are in Alabama and Georgia.
Well, in Georgia, expanding.
It's in Georgia. He's opening in Alabama soon. Yeah. He's not quite in Alabama yet. So right now they're in Georgia. We've been following him again since maybe a year or two before the pandemic. We've been watching his growth, his food, his Instagram. He's got a lot of really cool things going on, and he's just a great person to talk to. I always learn something. I'm always entertained by him. He's just very humble, down to earth, fun interview.
Yeah, I love it. He's such a genuine guy, and he's so real about things. Like he will tell you straight up, "Hey, I have no idea," or "I don't know how that happened." I love how real he is with responses to questions and things. But he is in growth mode and is definitely having those challenges that probably a lot of people are facing right now with, the banks tightening up and the financial markets are kind of wackadoo right now. And he's definitely feeling that. So you're going to definitely hear a little bit about those struggles.
Yeah. And
he's still in growth mode.
he has found a way through. he's got a good story, and I think that other Pizza Today readers and those who are listening to this podcast right now who kind of have some of those ambitions for growth and are trying to figure out how do I do that? What are the next steps? I think they'll learn something today for sure.
All right, let's jump right in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Looking to grow your pizzeria or restaurant? Then you'll want to try the power of a cloud-based POS system. With Hunger Rush, you'll get everything you need. This fully integrated restaurant management system allows you to easily streamline operations, accelerate the delivery process, and grow your business through Hunger Rush 360 marketing. And it's so easy to use. Want AI-powered text ordering? It's built in. Need to track orders? No problem. Schedule a personalized demo at hungerrush.com today. Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide. With extraordinary pizza cheese comes extraordinary rewards. Only Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese offers the Gold Club Rewards program with monthly cash back on every cheese purchase. Members also receive funds twice a year to use in their exclusive marketing store. It's their way of saying grazie to customers. Schedule a demonstration at bacciocheese.com/hotslice and discover how rewarding Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese can be. Pizza's your legacy. Build it with Baccio.
Hey, Joey. So you have had a lot of growth recently. I think you've grown to 5 locations since 2018. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
That's impressive, especially given the 2.5-year window where it was kind of insane. And then what the market's doing now. So give us an update. What's happening with Karvelas and kind of where are you at right now?
Well, we've got 4 locations operating right now. We're working on our 5th, opening our 5th right now in Alabama. We have 4 locations in Georgia, and our 5th is going to be in Alabama. So we're really excited about that. It's a whole kind of what we got planned is it's a potentially a ground up build. It was previously an old building that got burnt down in a downtown, really cool town called Opelika, right beside Auburn, Alabama. So Auburn University.
Yeah.
7 miles from there. Just, man, it is so much fun down there. But anyways, we're going to potentially build a building from the ground up right there. Maybe put a rooftop bar on it. Really, really good location, and excited to do that.
Absolutely.
That's exciting. Tap into that college crowd, War Eagle, all the War Eagle folks.
Yeah, man.
The professors, the students, that's a thriving campus, a beautiful campus. So to be 7 miles away should really, really benefit you, I would think.
We think so. We think that, doing what we're trying to do, we're working with a pretty intelligent group of people, team that actually, we're talking about going to partner with, buying the building and helping us build this whole thing out. Actually building the next 5 locations out with this team.
Wow.
They got a lot of experience across the country. They help small towns, build restaurants and hotels. So really, really good group of people.
How did you get linked up with this group of people?
Man, it was pretty cool. So we just built this house. We just moved in like 3 months ago. It took us about a year. The builder is from Opelika, and I went to him and was like, Brian, I need to connect down there in Opelika. I can't find a property down there. So he connected me with a couple of people. I called this fella, and John, I called John. John's a pretty busy man. He answered his phone call, and when I called him, and we talked for like an hour. We linked up. Come to find out, John owns a lot of property in Opelika. He owns, I don't know, 85 properties. I think he's millions and millions of dollars worth of property. I want to say upwards of $80 million. But they go across the country. They go to these little towns. They build these little towns from nothing, and they kind of build them up.
Wow.
And they open up. They work with restaurateurs. They help design concepts and everything. So I didn't even realize this about him. I just thought he owned property. And as we started talking, he started talking about how he could help us he asked what our issues were, and when I told him, this is where we're at, and he's like, we can help you guys get to 5 stores like really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we're headed right now. But it's really exciting working with these guys. They say that if you work with someone, if when you get married, you want to have your partner, you want them to be, someone that can push you and make you better. It's just like when you partner up with somebody in business. I feel like it's the same thing as getting married. I mean, you want to make sure that you want to be like these people. You don't want to have to help them all the way. I mean, that's not up to you. So we feel like John and them their team is an incredible team. Really excited to see what we can do. And this is kind of a hybrid little situation here. I mean, the whole deal is like I was telling Denise earlier, our whole strategy before has changed. I mean, the whole getting money from the banks right now is so much more difficult.
Yeah.
They don't want to give you anything. I mean,
no, they don't.
Crazy, man. And before we could go to the bank, hey, we need $500,000. Here you go. And we go rent the building and build it out, no problem. Now they're like, oh, we can't do that no more. So John, I talked to him. I was telling him, like, listen, man, when you grow in your business, you're going to hit ceilings. And you're going to have to figure out how to, borrow money.
Yeah.
It's what you have to do. He says, good thing is I've been doing this for 30 years and I know all these little ceilings and I can help you guys financially. Like I can show you where to go in your situation. So linking up with this guy has really helped us. I mean, we kind of hit a wall,
Yeah.
We at least the building and went to the bank and said, all right, ready to borrow the money. Like, nope. It's like, what? What are we going to do? So
what a great story. What drove you in the first place? What inside you decided you wanted to grow? You wanted more stores. Why, what was the reason that you weren't content with 1 or 2 stores that are just absolutely killing it and owning one town or one market? What made you want to go out bigger?
And I'm sure I'm just like all the other entrepreneurs out there, all the other chefs, owners. But you see a need for people who to give them really good food. I mean, there's not many people doing that, and you have this talent to make this incredible pizza, and not many people are doing it in this area, in this state. And it's like, I can do this. I can do this. I just need to go make the food. And once you start making the food, you start figuring out, wow, I'm really doing this. I want to go to another town. Like I feel like I want to push myself. I want to try this. Yeah. And you start doing it, you realize it's possible. Like we can do this. We can continue to grow. And you start seeing your staff. They're so excited about it, and they're moving up the ladder there. It's just they're making a lot of money. They're getting married, they're having kids, and they're working with us. And you look back, you got 150 employees. It's like, wow, we're doing something right here.
Yeah.
This is, and you don't want to stop. It's just like really exciting. It's very rewarding to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you're growing, what's on your mind as you're scaling up? Like, what are the things that you're like thinking about as you grow, as you add the 5th, and as you even go into, as you talk about maybe going even up to 9? Like, what's on your mind as you scale up?
Oh shit.
I love it.
What's on my mind?
Does the employee situation worry you? Do you fear when I get to X number of stores, I'm not going to be able to find the appropriate level and quality of staff? Or is that something that you feel like you've kind of already figured out?
Yeah, that's a great topic there, because I mean, you think that as you get bigger, it gets harder, but actually with that, I feel like what we were able to do is we were able to bring in somebody with a lot of, abilities in that area, and we plugged them in, and they built this system through ADP and the people the technology that we have. They do a great job with onboarding, with recruiting, with plugging people into all the stores, and it's just gotten so much better. So I was telling Denise, that's become very easy for us. Like
that's great.
Yeah, that's become something that's pretty simple. Like, yeah, you can have operating the thing and having everybody at the store, people laying out of work. Those things don't change. I mean, that's tough. But we have a line of people ready to work with us. I feel like the reputation too. If you build a really good kitchen and you have your systems in place. It's a fun place to work when you can go into work and you know exactly, it's black and white. You know exactly what to do. The job's pretty simple. You know, those are, and I feel like that's what we have at Karvelas Pizza. It's very simple. It's easy to train. It's easy to accomplish your job at a high level too. So people go there feeling good.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
You know, as you're looking, because you know you're in Georgia, and you know the next one is going to be in Alabama. Have you noticed any differentiations between developing in Georgia versus developing in Alabama? Like, are there any differences between the two states?
No, not really. I mean, I think that some of the contractors, they don't have license over there, so that was kind of a different, different for us. Like the hood vent guy that we use, he doesn't have a license over there, so he couldn't do it. So we had to. But the team that we linked up with to help us do this, they live in Alabama, so they're like, "Oh, we got this." So it's been like, okay, so it's not really much difference. But they obviously they have to go by different codes and everything in Georgia. But at this point, we're not really involved in that at that level of it. But I think for the main part is getting outside of your market. Like we're going to be going pretty far down south from where we are.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot of brand recognition down there. So, doing it, I've kind of, when we opened up our fourth store, in any store that we open, when you open up, you got this blast of income coming in. Boom, it's really good. And all of a sudden, 2 weeks to 3 months is your kind of your honeymoon period.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is if the longer your honeymoon lasts, it's going to dip. But the longer it lasts, there's a dip and it comes back up pretty quick. The shorter the honeymoon, it dips down and it stays down. And then it starts to come back up. So we had a short honeymoon period at our fourth location, and it's it's coming back up for sure. But I really feel like that's because we were outside of our market. Nobody really knew us down there. There is, other restaurants around there, but so those things are, I think those are going to be a little bit different going outside of the state. You got to get down there and get that, loyalty, and people to buy into what you're doing. So, and again, these are things I don't really know much about. I'm just learning as I go. I'm kind of faking
Absolutely.
it.
I get you.
You've got a great thing going on, no doubt, Joey. As you know, we've talked over the years. We've had you on the checking in video series. Denise and I, we've watched your company grow, and we've always been impressed by what you do. And your food is outstanding. And I wanted to ask you about that because, again, as you grow, do you alter your menu? I don't want to say dumb it down, but do you, as you have to find more and more skilled kitchen workers as you grow, are there any dishes that you have found have had to come off the menu because they're maybe too difficult to execute? Or again, are your systems in place and you're able to, kind of figure it out as you go? What's your menu looking like now as compared to, let's say, pre-pandemic?
Well, when we first opened, I had sandwiches on the menu. There's 3 sandwiches. And we actually delivered, and we made a lot of changes to make we stopped delivering. We cut the sandwiches out when we moved our first location to our new location, which really helped to streamline the whole kitchen, and it helped to make things a whole lot faster. Ticket times are a lot faster. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to think, hey, let's add something to the menu. But when you do it, because I just did it, another sandwich, we're doing a fried chicken sandwich. It's only limited time. But you realize, like, it's like, man, it is so much easier to stick with this small menu, the less things you have, because I mean, it's easier for the kitchen staff to be able to do a good job in there. It's quick. My thought is when you have a new concept, when you go to open a restaurant, you have your menu, right? And you build your kitchen around that menu, so it's very efficient. If you try to go in and build a kitchen and then add all this different stuff, it's going to be hard on the kitchen staff. It's going to be hard to train. So we built these kitchens based on this small menu, and works really well. Does that answer your question?
Oh, for
Absolutely.
sure.
And it's a brilliant answer. I kind of thought that might be along the lines of what you were going to say, but you never know, which is why I asked.
That's awesome. So I have a quick question about, okay, so as you're growing, what are you looking for in a location? What are you looking for in these new markets? Like what appeals to you as you look at where you're going to go next?
I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know the answer to that. Like, and
Yeah.
that's the thing that scares me growing, because I mean, you really have to just go try it out, and then
Yeah.
you learn after you open and everything. It's scary. It really is. That's hard. That's hard. So this group that we're talking about, that's the people who have all the experience with it, and it's exciting to team up with somebody like that and take some of the pressure off of it, because I mean, like if you're now, before, when I was opening up, I was almost kind of I was ignorant to it. Like, it didn't bother me. Like, well, let's just go open it up, no big deal. And they work. But now I'm realizing, like, you can make a mistake, and So what I think we do look for, though, what I found that works, is I went back and I looked at all 4 of our restaurants. And I've looked at the population. I've looked at the household income. I've looked at what's around them. What big box stores are around them. How far are they from there? So, and I've realized, like, that's kind of what you want to look for, is those pieces of data in this new location. If they have those pieces of data, I'm pretty sure it'll work similar to what you have over here.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy, what's a good last question for him so we can get him off on his day? What are you dying to know?
Well, I did want to ask you about merch, because we, in our industry survey that we recently conducted,
I got some Karvelas merch. It's
we
awesome.
got right. We asked about merch, and I've got some Karvelas merch. I've got the t-shirt that you're wearing right now. I'd probably rock that out, and I also have a hoodie.
I got the hoodie.
Slice baby on the back, black hoodie. I should have worn it today.
I should have worn mine too.
I love it. I rocked that out as well. So anyway, you've got some killer merch. What kind of revenue does that generate for your business? I know it obviously is not going to rival the food, but would you say it's significant revenue?
No, it's not, and we don't push it really heavy. We have a website that you can go on and order it, but so I just hired someone to come in full time, a salary position, to take over the marketing. They're not going to take over.
Okay, great.
Work together. But so that's one of the things that I'm working on, like 5 different t-shirt designs. So me and him are going to start implementing the merchandise in the stores and selling them online.
Yeah.
So I could probably answer that question in about 18 months. We're really going to start heavily doing it. Like, we've designed a new logo for our Copperhead Road sauce. There's a little store behind the Copperhead Road. It runs through Knoxville, Tennessee. It's called Kingston Pike now, but that road used to be a road that all the moonshiners would run the moonshine down back in the Prohibition era, and they drive those rum runners. And then also the Tennessee whiskey sauce, we're doing a sign, like a logo for that. So they're going to be really cool shirts, and I think people are going to like them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, we're going to have to check back in about a year and a half down the road with you and see how this merchandise thing's playing out for you.
But he just said something.
You guys.
Yeah.
So, being at Pizza Today, how long have you guys been working at Pizza Today?
Oh man. So I've been here for 12 years.
Okay.
At Pizza Today.
I am in my 22nd year as we speak.
So. I've been following Pizza Today since I was a kid. My dad got the magazine when I was 12 years old. I don't know how old I was, but he was getting the magazine when I was young. What is like, you guys are in a pretty cool company. I mean, y'all do marketing, y'all market pizza, like y'all get to work with all these different pizzeria owners, and it seems like a really cool gig. How has it been since y'all started to now? I mean, what have y'all seen?
This industry has changed. It's changed in the 22 years I've been involved. It's changed drastically. The food, the quality of the food has greatly elevated. The American consumer's palate is more refined than ever. You got all the cooking shows, Food Network, all this stuff that really So people used to be able to get by with cheap belly fill pizza. Just, let's get a cheap dough. Let's get some sauce, some cheese. Let's make a very basic, no frills, not terrible, but not great, and sell it for $9.99 and push it out the door, like market it like we're marketing Frisbees, push it out the door, high volume, and we'll get by and we'll make a good living. And people did make a good living, but somewhere along the way, the consumers started to demand more. The pizzeria operators, such as yourself, got bored with just cranking out cookie cutter, quasi mediocre pizza, decided to elevate the game, started getting into different styles, utilizing all different kinds of ovens, and so Detroit style and Chicago thin, and just experimenting and really bringing more high quality ingredients to the table, higher quality foods, expanding the menus beyond just pizza, salad, really kind of elevating the game. And that's probably the single largest change that I have noticed. What about you, Denise?
I think you hit it. I mean, elevation and curiosity are probably the two biggest things in our industry, and it's just taken everyone to a higher level. And so I think that's just it. I mean, everyone has just evolved. I mean, the evolution of the independent pizzeria market has just changed dramatically. I can remember when I first started, there was this thing about trying to tell operators to stop trying to compete with the chains, stop trying to compete with the fast foodie style pizza chain, stop trying to price with them, because you're never going to win that market. And I think that's something that is not present today. They're not even trying to compete with that market. And I think that has revolutionized the independent market.
Right. I mean, we all want consistency. You strive for consistency every day in your stores, but at the same time, back in the day, it was, this is how my dough is made. It is made with this specific flour, this time, this mixing comes off the mixer at this temperature, and everything is to the T, and I will never change it. It's going to be the same dough 87 years from now as it is today. No one experimented. Now today, everybody experiments. Let's mix flours. Let's see what happens if I try it this way and I try it that way, and let's let our dough evolve over time and change, so much so that we talk to so many pizzeria owners who will tell you, my dough today is nowhere near the same dough it was 6 years ago, 12 years ago. It has evolved. We've changed it. Where again, back in the day, the dough from 1957, the guy or gal was making the exact same dough in 1987 with zero changes. So it's just people are experimenting now. They're branching out and they're playing around just like you do. So
yeah,
that's kind of what I see.
Yeah. What about you? You've been in the business for a while. What do you see?
Well, I mean, I don't see much down here in the country, but I do get online and I see, I follow a lot of people. I follow you guys and I see probably what y'all see, but honestly, I feel like the food has become like, when I was a kid, you go to a restaurant and this family owned this restaurant, has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And now I see younger people jumping into it, and it's exciting to see someone with this creative that loves what they do, that really does care about it. And it's not just, I'm trying to make a living here. I like to go in and see and taste the food from somebody who really does, who's spent a lot of years, working on that craft and put it out. Like, matter of fact, me and my daughter, she's turning 10 on February 10th on this video is coming out.
Next week.
Probably next week.
So I'm taking her to New York. First time I've ever been to New York.
Nice.
And go meet with Scott Weiner.
Oh, yay.
All right. You're gonna go on the tour.
Yeah, and nice. We're gonna try some pizza around, and I'm so excited to go see. Like, I'm excited to be with her on her.
He's gonna blow your mind.
Where is this? Excited me just to fly up there and do all this, man, and see the pizza industry. I don't get to do that. I've never done that. So I mean, I might. Hopefully, I feel good about my pizza.
Oh, I have a feeling you will. You're meticulous.
But, I think at some point in time, everyone who is involved in the pizza industry, there's certain pilgrimages that need to be made, and to New York is clearly the top of the list. You know, wouldn't hurt you one day to get to New Haven, Connecticut, to Chicago, Detroit. There are places, but obviously New York is the epicenter of the American pizza world, and it'll open your eyes. Just even how just the little hole in the wall right there on the street, the slice shop.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised just how it hits, man. How good it hits when you bite into it. So
I really am looking forward to it. Like, we're heading to Brooklyn, to Pittsburgh neighborhood. We're going to check out all that stuff. So
you're going to hit some great spots. You're going to.
Scott knows what's up. He knows the industry inside and out. He certainly knows his home turf, his city inside and out, and he will do you right. He will get you to places that will definitely expand your daughter's palate and open her eyes and open your eyes a little bit too. Yeah. So you're gonna have a great trip.
Yeah, let us know how that goes. We want you to get back with us and let us know how it goes.
Take some video and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Tag us in some of that. Tag Pizza Today and some of your Instagram. We'll take a look. So, all right. Well, Joey, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us today. Because great conversation, man.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a good day. Bye.
See you.